Across the South Plains, hundreds of children are waiting for a foster home right now, many of them from Lubbock.
KCBD News Channel 11's Imani Jackson tells us the growing need for foster families here in our community and the impact it can have on the children when they are unable to stay local.
279. That's the number of children St. Francis Ministry says are in foster homes across the South Plains. More than 100 of them are from Lubbock, but they're placed outside of their region because there aren't enough local foster families. Renee Morales with St. Francis says when children are forced to leave their home and community, it adds to the trauma they have already experienced.
To go out of region because there aren't enough homes here. And so that can be traumatic too, because they have their schools, they have their church communities, they have their culture. West Texas is very different from East Texas and North Texas, and so we just really want to be able to bring those kids back to Region 1.
St. Francis serves children and families across 41 Panhandle counties, working to keep children safe, stable, and whenever possible, close to home. Children in their care range in age from birth to 21 years old. St. Francis says many enter care because of abuse or neglect, while others are coping with behavioral and emotional challenges connected to trauma.
It's very important that these kids have somebody loving, somebody stable, somebody safe to pour into them during this time. A lot of times when kids are removed, they're dealing with the trauma of being removed, plus they may have issues themselves that they're dealing with.
Becoming a foster parent in Texas does require training, background checks, and a stable home, a process that typically takes several months. But Morales says helping doesn't always mean becoming a full-time foster parent.
It's okay to be nervous because the children are nervous too, and it's just taking that step of faith. If you feel a tug on your heart that, hey, this is something that I have extra love and extra room in my home, and I want to provide a safe and stable environment for a child going through a really traumatic time.
For many children, foster care is temporary, but that stability can make a lifelong difference. Imani Jackson, KCBD News Channel 11.
St. Francis Ministries is hosting an open house, open home event next Monday, February 9th, for anyone interested in learning more about fostering or other ways to support foster families. Registration information is available on our website. Just go to kcbd.com.